It's Lynn Nelson from Humblebee Craft Studio. I made it, had some technical difficulties this morning, but we're all good. So if you are ready to create as much as I am ready to create, I'm just so excited about this. Every time I come to my craft room, I am just in awe of all the things that I'm able to do. And I think it's great, and we're going to have a really good time. So I have a tiered tray here, and it's missing some pieces. What I did first was I put in all of my fillers, and I also put some of my other pieces in just to kind of hold that where we are. So it's just going to be awesome. I use these over and over again. I am using I see the love, thank you. Make sure you sprinkle this video. Anyway, a lot of the things that I have on here, I support small businesses through craft shows and Etsy, but I also go to some big box stores when I really need some things. And so all of these, like all of this came from a craft show, and this down here did. But let's get started and have some fun. I'm going to start with the Bookstack. And I went back and forth on this as to whether I wanted something on the top. And I decided it really needed a stencil on the top. And as I looked at my tray, I didn't have buffalo plaid. So you have to have plaid at Christmas. So I'm using my well-used buffalo check stencil. And I did write it on the back. And I'm just going to place this down over my book. I'm making sure that it's, you know what? I didn't check that first. I have a stencil that needs to be cleaned up. So with that, I guess we're going to go without having the buffalo check on the top. You win some, you lose some. I can go back and do it another time. So what I do is I painted this first with red Waverly chalk paint. And this little bottle, I get these at Walmart. I guess it's the only place that carries the smaller bottles. And I like that. Although I should have a larger bottle in red, because I use it so much. Some of the colors I know I'm going to use, but not a lot. So I'm going to start here at the top of my book stack. And I'm actually going to bring this right, whoopsie. I'm going to stand up here for a second, easier to see. So I'm going to just put that on there. So I've got my gnome. And what I do, ooh, that's high. I don't like that. Let's go back here a little ways. And so what I like to do is just kind of fold it over, see what it's going to look like. And I like that. So I'm using my Brilliant White and my fun little craft club with red, white, and green squeegee. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this. Remember, it does not take a lot. And I'm just going to very carefully come down across this. Just making sure that I have all of it covered. Just want to make sure I have some of that excess off. There we go. And I'm going to set my squeegee down for a minute while I do this. Oh, come on. Ooh, that kind of bled a little bit, but you know what? I can always go back and fix it. Not going to worry about it now. I usually like the real crisp edges. That did not happen for me, and I'm quite okay with that. this one I'm going to take a little bit more time. I want to make sure I don't bump that one up there. So I'm just going to see where I am. I'm going to put my stencil down. Oops, I've got some air bubbles there. We're going to work out those air bubbles. There we go. Oops, come on. I'll just sit and work out air bubbles for a while. So much fun. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not on that other piece. Grab my squeegee, and again, I'm going to pull down. And I'm pulling straight down, making sure, oh, come on. The bottom part of that R just didn't want to catch that paste. Oh, come on. So, as a creator, I have to tell you, what I love about Magnolia Design Co. is the fact that I can use Magnolia Design Co. the way I want to use Magnolia Design Co. And honestly, I started out not even thinking about a team. I thought, well, I'm going to try this. I am not crafty. I am not crafty. I am now, but I wasn't crafty. So I joined 3 years ago in September and have just loved everything ever since. The stencils are high quality, the chalk paste, in fact, all the products are. And what I'm doing is I'm using my membership in Magnolia Design Co. As a business. And that's something that I got to choose. And I love that about Magnolia. It's just, it's awesome. And I know that some of you may have heard earlier that we are a very kind and loving community, and we are. Everyone is here to help one another, and it's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's get this pulled off, and I've got my holidays. So we've got the front, and what I'm going to do so that I don't have to run my heat gun just yet. You can also use a hair dryer if you don't have a heat gun. I'm just going to set all of these aside, and I'm going to set this aside so that it can dry before I finish the other pieces with it, my little embellishments, because I know what will happen. I am infamous for touching my chalk paste. Yeah, it's good. It's that good. The second thing I'm going to do is, for me, I love tiered trays. I love tiered trays. And the thing that I feel, that's mine, you have to have garland that's falling on the floor here. And you know what? Beading is so relaxing. And it's awesome. It's awesome. And so I'm going to use the cow tag, and I'm using Merry Christmas from the Christmas quads. And what I did not tell you, Gnome for the holidays is also what I used. And when I did that, that came in, I think one of our first craft clubs. It was early on. And so I'm sticking with red and white. I've got some green on my tray, but I just really want this kind of, to have that Candyland type of feel. So what I did was I used our tassel maker, and I made my tassel first. And what I wanted to do is to make little cute, and so I added a little Santa Claus to it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my red chalk paste, and I am going to go ahead and make this, and again, let it dry. See how I have all these things drying over here? It's great. I am just setting my stencils aside. I'm using chalk paste. They're going to be fine. I'll use my stencil cleaner to help wash it off. And I know if it's stained, I'm still going to be able to use that. So I'm just going to pull this back to reveal. Are you ready? Drum roll. And there we go. We have our tag. How fun. Florida. I'm from Minnesota. And it's awesome. We had snow for Thanksgiving, and today, I don't know, it was a balmy, like 57 here today. So we're having lots of fun. I'm going to leave this alone. I am really one that's more of a less is more. And so I'm going to get that up there for you. So I'm going to put my cap back on because we all know what happens if you don't cover your chalk paste. It dries out. So what I'm going to do is show you how I put this tag on. And I did the tassel the same way. So what I'm going to do, wait, I'm going to do this a minute for my tag. How many of you love tiered trays? And if you do, post tiered trays in the comments. Let's see how many we have that really love tiered trays. I got started on tiered trays 5 years ago. I had a kidney transplant. I am very blessed to have had a living donor. It was an altruistic donation, and I'm here today doing this because I can, because of a donor. And so I was home from work, I want to say 12 weeks before going back to my students, teacher by trade, and I passed the time watching Hallmark Christmas movies. Kentucky! I love Kentucky. My McGuires hail from Kentucky. They were in Pikeville long, long ago. I think I lost my end there. What did I do? Okay, I've got to pull this a little bit tighter because I didn't realize I was so close to my end. And I'm just going to stick this one through. What I didn't tell you that I did is I use good old Scotch tape to make this end. I tape my ends. It makes it so much easier to go through beads and tassels and anything else. Tennessee, oh, beautiful state. Hey, neighbor from North Dakota. I love it. My daughter went to NDSU and got her master's degree, and it was a 4-hour drive, but it was good. I had some alone time. So I just keep going and going with this as far as I possibly can, but keeping it tight. Now I notice I've gone up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beads. These are 16 millimeter beads. I tend to like the smaller beads. 20 millimeter are great too. I'm just a small bead person. So there we go. We've got our garland. And so what I'm going to do, oh, California, you're so warm. And actually, you know what, I'm not complaining about Minnesota weather. It was perfect for Thanksgiving. It was a gorgeous day in the 40s. And today, I think the high was 57. I actually had to turn the heat off. So don't be afraid to come to Minnesota. It's really not that cold all the time. So what I want to do is I want to kind of tuck this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go behind my tree. I don't know how much this you can see. I'm going to go behind my tree. I'm going to pull this. Okay, come on. Oh, I don't like where that's falling. No, no, no. That's going to block something else. I'm going to go, let's see. how do I want to do this? I have my little Santa Claus. We have lots of Santa going on. I'm going to flip this down here. This isn't my favorite way to do this, but I want to make sure that you really have an opportunity to see how this all goes together. So I think my gnome for the holidays is dry. And I wanted to tell you, when I paint surfaces, I paint my surface, and before I do anything else, I take a paper grocery bag and I take a small piece off of that and I rub back and forth to make sure I have a smooth surface on whatever I'm working on. And guess what? I did not do that on this side with Gnome for the Holidays, and I can tell because this is not looking really pretty to me. But again, chalk paste is just awesome. I hope everybody filled out their Google form. And in keeping this so you can win prizes, oh, always good prizes. So I'm using baker's twine in red and white. I usually use regular. Yay, Minnesota, love it. Oh, Prior Lake, I know where that is. Great towns. I will tell you, one of the most beautiful places in Minnesota, in my mind, is, well, that didn't work out well for you. Let's try that again. In fact, I actually don't think I put it in my bucket. Put it in my bucket there. I'm going to pull a little bit more of this out because I can always use my scraps. I actually have a scrap of all of my okay, we're just going to do this. So what I do is I want it to be even. And I always have to remind myself that Lynn, you want to make sure they're even. I should know these things, right? Another thing I love about Magnolia Design Co. is that even though I'm retired from teaching, I was able to take an early retirement. Of course, kidney transplant. Puerto Rico! Oh, I love Puerto Rico. It is my absolute favorite place to go. When I was in high school, that was our destination because at that point I was the only child. So, yeah, I'm a baby. And, Puerto Rico. The people, the food, the beauty. I'm not going over that many times. If you get a chance to go to Puerto Rico, go to Puerto Rico. So if I really wanted that to be longer, I could have done that much longer. What I'm doing is I'm making sure that I get this really tight on here. Where's my knot? I lost the end of my knot. This sounds really stupid, but I am like the queen of knots. Not that I make lots of knots. What makes me queen is that, come on. Oh, Lynn, what did we do? Okay, here we are. Never mind. I was wondering what happened. Oh, I didn't tighten it. Oh, I got it tightened up. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make this into a bow. Arizona. I have former students and a lot of friends living in Arizona. So many gorgeous states. I'm not sure if I even told you that my favorite place in Minnesota is up on the North Shore in Duluth. It doesn't matter what time of year you go. It's gorgeous. And the lake is amazing, especially in the winter. Now what I'm going to do is I have my little pieces here. I have my little jingle bells. I got these on Amazon, but you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to bead it. I'm going to use beads. So let's see, what do I have here? Okay, there we go. I got my buffalo plaid. I have buffalo plaid. Just when you think you have your phone off for those kinds of things. Yep, forgot my Scotch tape. And again, I'm going to wrap the baker's twine down at the bottom of this. Oh, I made that a little bit too big. Oh! And in trying to, I pulled it right off. Ah! Come on, Lynn, come on. So I'm using that Scotch tape again just to wrap around this twine, and baker's twine, of course. They tend to start to fray, and then it makes it. The other thing I do with this is I'm rolling it to make it even easier for me to get my beads on. So we're going. It doesn't want to. It's gonna hop off. Come on, come on, come on. We'll get our red one and turn this like this so you can see what I'm doing. I hope y'all are thinking about joining this fabulous company. I can't say enough about it. I absolutely love it. I've made a lot of friends that I think are just awesome. It's fun to watch the other creators and be inspired. Oh my, Iowa, what are you doing there? Weather, who knows? If Iowa, if you're having snow, don't you send it this way. You can keep your snow for a few more days. Actually, that's not even true. I love snow. I just don't like the cold. Oh, let's go. Ooh, my time is running out. Oops. And I'm just going to clip, without the tape, I'm going to clip that little end. Come on. And we have to do the other one. Luckily, my last piece is the rolling pin, and that should go really quick, hoping I don't go over time. You know, when in my family, I talk a lot, but my entire family talks a lot. And so we kid around that you have the gift of, the McGuire gift of gab. And I certainly have the McGuire gift of gab. Even though I'm a Nelson, it's all good. But just fun, fun, fun. That Magnolia bag that you get free today if you join today is amazing. I received that. I want to say it was our very first summer conference, which of course was 2020, and we did it online. It was amazing. So much training, so much fun. And you know, even though we weren't in person, you just really got to know the other creators. And like, you know, like everyone's been saying, it's not a competition. We're here to have fun. We're here to craft and help one another. And I think that's fabulous. Okay, I have to twist a little bit more. Let's get that in. Oh, come on. And I'm just going to tie my little knot on there. Come on. Come on. And there we have our known for the holidays, and we'll just put that right on our tiered tray. This is a Magnolia Design Co. Okay. One of my little extra embellishments is taking a little bit too much room there. There we go. So we've got known for the holiday. This is one of my risers. It's Distress Oxide. Ay. But you do what you have to do to get things to show up. Okay, I think I have 3 minutes to do this next one. And I am using, let's see, what am I using? Oh, rolling pin reindeer. That's what this comes from. And little Santa here. Gotta have my cheaters on. Little Santa here. It's just gonna go right over. And for this, for anything this small, ooh, Lynn, you were not straight. You know what I found with the rolling pins? They'll roll and they come to a place that stops naturally. And that's where I go. Okay, roll that over there. Roll it this way. Cut apart squeegees. They are awesome. Gets you into small places. I also love paintbrush squeegees. They're really, truly a tool that I don't think I can live without them. In fact, because I use them so often, I actually bought 3 sets. Yes, 3 sets. There we have Santa. Okay, I've got 2 minutes to spare. I made this teeny tiny little bow. Nimble fingers, I guess. For now. Anyway, I'm going to take my glue gun. And I'm actually going to glue this on. Don't roll. Yay. I'm going to lean it against there. Oh my goodness. That just freaked me out. So I'm going to put glue on the back. Not yet. Where's my extra glue stick? I'm sorry. I need to grab an extra glue stick. I guess I went through my extra one that I had. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. And I don't usually put my ribbons on like this, but today I just wanted to just put it right on the rolling pin. And again, these are the rolling pin reindeer words. I've got that done. Ta-da! And there we have made everything we need for our very own tiered tray. I hope that you have enjoyed all the creators today. It's been so fun to be with you despite my technical difficulties this morning. I love it. I love going live. I love Magnolia Design Co. And I know you will too. Happy crafting, everyone!